I just watched the Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena fight, and I honestly couldn't believe how well Craig Jones prepared Jack Della Maddalena. Really, Craig Jones solved the Dagestani puzzle. Like, JDM's takedown defense looked perfect. Islam Makhachev had no chance to take down JDM, all because of the genius that is Craig Jones. If you think about it, in the last 3 fights, okay, Craig Jones helped Volkanovski lose against Islam Makhachev. Then he helped Volkanovski lose again against Islam Makhachev. And then he helped JDM lose against Islam Makhachev. Craig Jones is the key, you know? He has such a good track record in coaching his fighters to lose against the Dagestani style that I honestly think there's no one else that can do it on such a high level such as Craig Jones. Really, he's the best, okay? He's the best when it comes to figuring out the Dagestanis, you know? He had time to prepare. He already prepared Volkanovski, who lost twice against Islam. And now he had time to prepare JDM, who also lost against Islam. But don't get discouraged. The next one, okay? The next one that's going to be coached by Craig Jones is definitely going to win against Islam Makhachev, okay? We just need another try, okay? So don't worry. Craig Jones, the GOAT, okay? The GOAT Craig Jones. You know, that prepared JDM so well, you know, like JDM was so competitive in this fight, really. He lost every round and he couldn't defend even one takedown. And he even got outstriked in some situations. So, really good job. Well done by Craig Jones. He's absolutely the most formidable, the most intelligent, and the most knowledgeable coach in UFC history. And he is the key for the Dagestani problem. So really, I have to say, good job to Craig Jones. You did like an amazing job, and it was a great contribution to this fight. Thank you so much. But let's stop with talking about Craig Jones, okay? Let's talk about the fight. So honestly, I've checked a little bit the UFC subreddit, and I checked a little bit what people thought. My opinion about the fight, I didn't think it was the most interesting fight, but I didn't think it was boring, you know? Because you have to imagine JDM and Islam are dangerous in every single second, you know? Islam, every second, of course he dominated the fight, all 5 rounds, but every second he was looking for submissions, for Kimuras, for chokes, for dust chokes, and even like a crucifix. So he was always doing something that was dangerous, so I really enjoyed it. And JDM, of course, in the stand-up, he's really dangerous. But what I noticed is, after the second round, JDM didn't look the same. I felt like Islam took his soul, and yeah, JDM looked like he didn't want to be in there. Like, I don't know if he cried, but it looked like he was crying. And he had no answer, you know? He absolutely had no answer. His coaches had no answer for the takedowns. The problem was that JDM's style only works if he can go forward and put you against the fence and knock you out, right? This is his style. But this doesn't work with Islam Makhachev, because first of all, Islam Makhachev is faster, and he was faster than JDM. Second of all, Islam Makhachev can strike, so he actually touched JDM's in many situations. Of course, he didn't wobble him or something, but he was formidable. And the most important thing is, there was a point of distance that Islam Makhachev tolerated JDM. But once JDM crossed that point and Islam didn't feel comfortable anymore, he shot a takedown. It's super fast, double leg. And JDM had no answer for it. Like, it was quick and no takedown defense, nothing. I think from the first takedown, JDM could stand up relatively quickly, but past the first round, it was wraps, and he had no answer for it. Yes, and yeah, it was just a domination, and I saw almost no opportunities for JDM. Islam didn't give him any opportunities. This is a great win for Islam, first of all. I think with this win against JDM, Islam becomes the UFC and the MMA GOAT of the sport. Because if you think about it, John Jones' best win is DC, and only once, because the second time John Jones took steroids, so you cannot count that. And JDM is 10 times better than DC. Oliveira is 10 times better than DC. Volkanovski is 10 times better than DC. So don't even talk about John Jones. GSP the same, like just not really good opponents, and Demetrius Johnson, not a good resume. So Islam Makhachev has broken 10 fight win streaks. He has broken the win streak of Oliveira. He's broken the win streak of Volkanovski, and he's broken the win streak of JDM. JDM has not won in 10 years. Has not lost in 10 years. Imagine. Okay? So he broke all these 10 streaks. 10 streaks. He has broken all these win streaks, and Islam Makhachev is undefeated for 10 years. He has been undefeated in the last 10 years. Imagine this. His last loss was in 2015 against Adriano Martins. I think it was his first or second UFC fight. So he has been undefeated for so long. He's absolutely the GOAT of the sport, You just have to accept it. And it's actually good that we have a new GOAT. I like it. He's an entertaining fighter, You can say what you want. Okay, maybe you didn't like the fight against JDM. I can understand, but don't forget, Islam Makhachev has finished 8 fighters in his last 10 fights, okay? Like, every fighter sometimes, there's always fighters that you cannot finish. JDM had really good submission defense. Islam was looking for the finish. He couldn't find it, but this doesn't make Islam a boring fighter. This would be complete and utter bullshit. Now I have to talk about JDM. I don't know what he was doing there, I remember MMA Guru said, yeah, JDM was able to avoid the takedown of Belal Muhammad. That is why I think he's gonna avoid the takedown of Islam. And I was thinking, what? Islam is 10 million times better than Belal. Belal is a freestyle wrestler. Islam is a sambo wrestler who wrestled since he's 6 years old, and he has been wrestling with Khabib easily 1,000 rounds in his life, maybe 2,000. I really didn't understand this argument. And also Gilbert Burns could take down JDM. And then people say, yeah, but he broke his hand. JDM broke his hand in this fight. But he in the first, he even got takedowns. Gilbert got takedowns on JDM before JDM broke his hand. So JDM does not have a good takedown defense just because he could defend against Belal. So yeah, I just thought it was so stupid. It was so clear that Islam gonna win. And the people who thought JDM is gonna win, I think they were just haters of Islam, And it was just cope. Yes. So now Islam is the GOAT of the sport. And let's talk about Ilya. So Ilya has posted a tweet fronting Islam, that he's boring and stuff like that. And I think he wants to get hype for potential Islam Makhachev fight. I think this fight is never gonna happen. Because, first of all, Islam just got the welterweight title. So he's gonna want to defend it. He's not gonna go down to lightweight. I mean, for what? He just got into the welterweight frame, and he beat a really good welterweight champion. So why should he go back to lightweight, And second of all, he would train himself, Like, I think now he's even better without the weight cut, without the hydrating himself so much. So, yes, I think he's gonna stay at welterweight. I think he's gonna defend against maybe Michael Morales, maybe Usman, even though I don't like the Usman matchup, but he's gonna defend against some welterweights. And I think he's gonna defend twice and then he's gonna retire. I don't see any welterweight beating Islam, to be honest. None of them have it. Absolutely none of them. And I don't think the Ilya matchup's gonna happen because Ilya is not gonna go up to welterweight. If he goes up to welterweight, he gets absolutely destroyed by Islam. He's like 5'3". He's way too small for welterweight. Okay, so this is not gonna happen. I cannot imagine even Dana. He's not gonna let it happen. So the Ilya Islam Makhachev fight is not gonna happen. Never. But anyway, what I also noticed, I was talking with a friend today, and I was telling him like how Islam is the GOAT now, and then he was telling me, no, for Islam to become the GOAT, he has to defend against some welterweights, and then he's gonna fight against Ilya. And I was like thinking, why does he have to do so much? He already has way better wins than John Jones. Name me the best John Jones wins. DC, okay. He beat DC once, many years ago. The second time doesn't count because he was on steroids. It was a no contest, so this doesn't count. Okay, JDM is better than DC. Oliveira is better than DC. Who else you got? Volkanovski, 10 times better than DC. So, don't even talk about that, He's already the GOAT, and I think John Jones' record is really overrated. Like, really. He has a lot of fat, overweight, middleweights that he fought, and that were shit. And he lost against Dominic Reyes, Like, imagine this. Like, you could say, yeah, but Islam lost against Adriano Martins. Yeah, in the beginning of his career. John Jones lost against Dominic Reyes when he was in his prime, Islam is not losing in his prime. So, yeah, like, just stop this conversation. Like, Islam is already the GOAT. He doesn't have to do anything else. Like, any other things that he's doing now is good. It's a bonus, but he's already the GOAT, Just accept it, and that's it. But, yeah, all in all, I'm really excited. I really want to see Islam fight Michael or Carlos Prates, or maybe the winner of Carlos Prates against Michael. I really like to see that one. And I think Islam has 2 more fights, and then unfortunately he's gonna retire because I think he's almost 34. And I mean, he still has time, to be honest, but I think he's not gonna do it. And he's already the GOAT, so why would he do more? And yeah, I think he's never gonna fight Ilya.